Redmond.
Well, Jim, I'm going to give my headphones up to your halftime guest, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Here we go.
Good. You know, we've had the pleasure to interview some of the coaches and some people at halftime, but this is a real treat to have one of the parents, and it's my pleasure to introduce Peggy Schulte, mother of number 50 Trent Schulte. In fact, I got to tell you what, Peggy, Trent is one of Mark's favorite players. He's out there. But one of the things I wanted to ask you, talk a little bit about what it's like. I mean, you all are from Coronado, California.
Correct.
Long way away from Ohio Wesleyan. How did Trent decide to come to Ohio Wesleyan, and talk about you and your husband's impact and input?
Sure. Originally, Trent was scheduled to go to a Division I lacrosse program, and about 7 weeks before school started, he came to me and says, "Mom, I think I want to play Division I, and I want to play at Ohio Wesleyan." And I said, "Well, you know, what do you know about Ohio Wesleyan? How do you know about Ohio Wesleyan?" And he said, "Well, I have all these friends that go there and have gone there, and they've had such a great experience." And so called up Pat Kelly, and she held our hand through the whole admission process, and it was very smoothly moving him over to Ohio Wesleyan.
Well, Peggy, one of the things you mentioned, Pat Kelly. Pat is our admissions counselor that focuses on the West Coast and does a great job in the California area. A lot of the young folks call Pat Mom. She is just so focused, cares about the kids, not only in her recruitment and getting the kids here on campus, but she stays active in their time here on campus and shepherding them through and helping to engineer their success. So you mentioned, how has Trent's experience been here on campus during his time here at Wesleyan?
He's had a great experience. In fact, with Pat Kelly, one day he was walking past her office when school started, and she yelled, as he was going by, "Trent Schulte," and he, turned back and went into her office. She said, "You can't walk by my office without having chocolate with me." But the fact that she actually knew who he was, his name, it kind of made me feel so good having him travel so far away from home to go to school. I kind of felt like he was, like she was the other mom here, and like he was in really good hands here.
Good. One of the things I got a big kick out of your message on Facebook when I posted about the game tonight, and you gave me a chuckle when you said, "Well, you know what, guys? Unfortunately, I will not be able to listen to you and Mark on the stream. ... because I'm going to be here." So, I mean, it is so wonderful to have you made that trip all the way out from California. I know it means a lot. I know your husband would love to be here.
Right.
But talk again a little bit about being the parent and your son being as far away and not able to get home as often. But what is it about the campus that the Trent feel that it's a home atmosphere, feels good about it, and not only just from an athletic standpoint on the field, but off the field, from a student being a student?
Right, absolutely. Early in the lacrosse season, Trent lost his best friend back at home, and Coach Plantholt found out about it, and he reached out to Trent. He reached out to all of Trent's instructors, let them know of this tragedy, and of course we brought Trent home for his friend's memorial, but before he left, the president of the school, Rock, called Trent on his personal cell phone and said, "Trent, I'm so sorry about the loss of your best friend. When you take the time you need, and when you get back, come to my office and see me. I want to see how you're doing." And so, again, it was just another one of those moments where, like, oh my gosh, we made the right choice.
Yes.
Like, I just felt so comfortable sending him here.
Well, and Peggy, I have to say, being an alum here and watching how things go at this university. We are so fortunate to have a wonderful president in President Rock Jones and his staff, who, again, we really care about the student athlete. And, Rock constantly talks about, our mission here at Ohio Wesleyan is to develop moral leaders for a global society. We have a great diversity of students, and you can see it. I watch these kids out of my office in alumni relations in Maui, and watching them going up, and they're always laughing and having a good time. Are there other kids from Trent's school that maybe Trent has talked to or maybe influenced about coming to Ohio Wesleyan? Are you aware of other young folks?
There's several kids that are looking at Ohio Wesleyan from his school, and kids that he's played with on the West Coast that are interested in coming. So in fact, he has had a couple of the recruits stay with him, and he's really enjoyed having them and talking up OWU, because he has nothing but good things to say about OWU.
Well, again, it's a credit. Back when I was in school, Peggy, Ohio Wesleyan was dominant. Kids from the East Coast and a few of us from the Midwest. Now it's 50% kids from Ohio, but our second largest recruiting state is California, and it's really nice to see. Again, credit to Pat Kelly and to the admissions staff, but to see these young men and young women come all the way out here and realize that this is not just about cows and corn, but it's a great place to go to school. If you were to talk to other parents that had young men and young women that were looking for a wonderful experience at a small private liberal arts college, the National Liberal Arts College, Peggy, what would you tell them about Ohio Wesleyan? And if they were come to you and say, why should my child come here? What would you say?
Right. Well, the same thing I've told quite a few parents already about Ohio Wesleyan is they're small classrooms. It's very individualized. Trent has got a lot of one-on-one tutoring with instructors, and it was just, every parent I've talked to, I just felt like I felt so comfortable sending him here that Trent's always kind of struggled academically, and he's really blossomed here, and that the support he's got from his instructors has been amazing. I mean, beyond what I expected.
Well, that's wonderful. Also, one of the neat things, as you well know, Peggy, you and I get a chance to kind of have a little bit of pregame warm up with some of the parents and friends at a local establishment here. But talk a little bit about that camaraderie with the other parents and how neat that is. Talk a little bit about that.
It's actually a blast, because meeting all these people from all over, and it's like we're just one.
Yes.
And I don't get to see these folks other than when we're here for games, but when we do, it's like we old friends. And even a lot of these parents that I've met are senior parents, and they've just very welcoming. It's I don't feel like the odd man out at all, and it's just a nice group that's a lot of camaraderie.
So I don't want to look too far ahead, Peggy, or jinx things, but as we continue to have the good success that we've got here with the OWU Lax team, can we expect you to make those trips wherever that we may end up? Can we expect that?
I would absolutely be there if I can. Absolutely.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, it's such a pleasure, and again, I think the role of the parent, as well as the faculty, the staff, the students, but the role that you all play in helping to support the kids. For me, it has been an absolute pleasure this year to get to know you and some of the other parents, Mary Minkler and some of the Chris Schwantz's parents, and I mean just all the folks. You guys are a joy to be around, to be with, and to talk to. So I appreciate you coming up. I'll look forward to seeing you at our little post game gathering, Peggy. and that is with the wind here. And I think if we keep things going, we'll be rocking and rolling Saturday. So hopefully you get to come back Saturday.
Well, I have to work Saturday, but I would be here if I could.
All right.
And Trent's 90-year-old grandmother would be here if she wasn't too scared to get on a plane and fly out here. But I'm sure she watches every live stream.
Great.
So.
Well, Peggy, anything you'd like to say to the fans or the families or people that are listening in?
Go OWU.
Go OWU. It's a great day to be a Bishop.
It is a
Peggy,
great day.
I appreciate you coming up.
Thank you.
And again, I'll look forward to seeing you here shortly.
My pleasure.
Thanks so
Thank you.
much. That was Peggy Schulte, who is the mother of freshman Trent Schulte, number 50. And again, it is so great to work with these parents and to see the great support that they offer.
There he is.
I was just handed a note by our sports information director, Mr. Mark Beckenbaugh. It's Augustana 12, Albion 12 in the fourth quarter. So there's a barn burner going on over there at their game. And not to look too far ahead, but the winner of this game will play the winner of that Augustana Albion game. And there's somebody that I work with that I want to recognize that had a little